Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Phoning It In. I am Michael Carvelli, joined by John Terry.
Cheers, mate.
Sure. Cheers.
I thought that'd be a fun way to start the show.
Sure. You are back in Chicago. Back from another.
We're back in Chi-Town, man.
And it's fall.
It's
you said it's actually started to change weather.
It's freezing.
That's
holy
wild.
hell. Okay, a couple things. One, I forgot to tell you about this prior to the show starting. The flight from Cincinnati to Chicago, absolutely horrifying. I've been on a lot of flights in my life. This was by far the scariest flight I've ever been on in my life.
Huh.
We leave
like turbulence.
Oh yeah. Disgusting day. For starters, it's a 35-minute flight. Okay, so we wake up, whatever, go to the airport. Can
I pause for a second?
Yes,
I apologize. I should have asked you about this earlier. Can you please put your microphone to your face so that people can hear you?
I totally forgot the microphone was plugged in.
Yeah.
My God, man. What a professional operation we're running here. What could
Someone's
you even hear me? I mean, geez.
I mean, it was very tough for a while, but
Lord,
I could hear you because you're John Terry and you talk.
I talk loud, as Mario says. Can you please be quieter?
Yeah.
You don't need to scream.
But yeah, it was definitely.
Well, I apologize.
One of the good times that you mostly scream. So
got it. Okay, great, perfect. So we leave. I drink a coffee at the airport, and another coworker comes up and said, "Hey, they made my coffee wrong. Do you want this coffee?" Sure.
What'd you get?
It was like some coffee with coconut milk and sugar or something. I have no idea. I was so tired that I just needed something. So whatever, we do the coffee thing. I'm like, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. Like, it's a good thing I have an aisle seat. I go to the bathroom before we get on the plane. Then I go into the plane. Dude, and it becomes very apparent to me that it is going to be a rough flight. It's a 35-minute flight. I'm like, I can make it.
Always great.
Oh, dude. We get up in the air, and like as soon as we, like when you're flying and you're going up, and you like go through the clouds, and you're like, oh shit, it's real now. You can't see the ground anymore.
Yeah.
We started like shaking. We were going like literally, dude, like all over the place. When you're flying and you feel like the weightlessness for like a half second.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh God, yo, like I felt like that just felt so normal by like 15 minutes into the flight. I was like, oh, we might be flying. This could be it. I had coworkers who after the flight, they came up to me and they were like, John, I think we should like split our staff on these flights. Cause if that flight had gone down, like we wouldn't be having soccer games.
It's true.
It was like it was only like the first 18 minutes of the flight was so fucking sketchy. I mean, they never took off the seatbelt sign. I never got to go to the bathroom. So then we land and we have like 40-mile-per-hour winds in Chicago, Windy City. And
is that what they call it then?
Yeah, go figure.
That was just because of the restaurant.
So we're landing. And like typically I'm like, okay, if it's not safe, like go around and let's try this landing thing.
Yeah.
I was like, they better fucking land this plane. It was the most. Yeah, you probably had to hold bathroom, go to the bathroom a few times in your life. The worst I have ever felt when the plane, like these assholes, when the plane lands, gets to the gate, they like click off their seatbelts, jump up, get their suitcase, like they got somewhere to be, right? Like, no, you actually can't go anywhere until the row in front of you goes somewhere. So like, why are you standing up? I was that guy because I had to go to the bathroom so fucking badly. It was horrible, dude. And like, I know I exaggerate things a lot. I am not exaggerating. Scariest fucking plane ride of my life. And the most I've ever had to go to the bathroom in my whole freaking life. Horrific. But I will say, the moment I finished going to the bathroom when I got off the plane, I was like, oh, I'm alive and I don't have to go to the bathroom. It was so nice. It was lovely.
The little things. It's nice to gain perspective like that.
Exactly. It's the little things in life. But yeah, man, it was a good trip. Land freezing, absolutely freezing here.
Apparently we had a very bad cold front hit Morgantown.
So that storm that you guys had yesterday was what started and was going through Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio that caused all the turbulence.
Gotcha.
So that was the thing. I believe it, man. That thing was
that makes
hellish.
Sense. Yeah, they had. I mean, they gave us. I don't understand the difference between watches and warnings.
So watches
there was a
are
tornado something.
A tornado watch. That's when their atmospheric conditions are ripe for a tornado,
Conducive
so to
for
speak.
that. Okay, that was what we had.
Tornado warning is like, yo, there's like
They
a
saw
fucking funnel cloud somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, they had the first one in Morgantown. So yeah,
The first ever tornado watch in Morgantown?
I don't think so.
Oh, sorry. I thought that's what you just said.
No, I just
is
said
it cold there though?
The first one, like the first one of what you said.
I understand. Is it cold there? Because it is cold here, man. This morning
really.
It was 53 degrees. I got a hoodie. We're back. I mean, I got to put on my toboggan for Donna. She's gonna start being concerned again.
I went to get coffee this morning and was wearing this t-shirt and the khaki shorts that I have on.
God bless, man.
It is currently 56 here, but I feel like earlier today it was like like 60s.
Okay, so it's 63 here right now.
Yeah, it's mid 60s ish. Tomorrow's gonna be high of 68. Saturday high of 70.
We got highs in the 70s, lows in the 50s. Is this not the best time of year though?
I mean, it's pretty great.
Something else momentous is happening. I'm going to get to experience the cold weather. I'm taking the train to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
For the first time.
There we go. First time ever, really.
First time ever. I have not taken the train. I got a little, I got the Venture card.
How that goes.
I got so I was going to tell you. So a couple weeks ago, remember when the whole like car broke down fiasco and I ended up taking like a $50 Uber to work and all this stuff because I didn't have a card. Well, I was like, I should order like a Venture card, which is like, the little train card you need to take. So I ordered one online, got here, whatever. Then it worked this weekend. Someone's like, oh, you just download the app. You can just do it on your phone. So I thought I could load the card onto my phone, right? Yeah. You know how you can put like a credit card on your phone? No, you can't do that. It's two separate things. So I actually have a Venture card that you can use when you come and visit.
Perfect.
How about that? But I got the thing on my phone. And
I just like that you were pushing me to the train when you had never taken it before.
No, I've never taken it. It's very exciting. I'll let you know how it goes. So I'm going to take the train. I was texting a coworker this evening who moved here from Arizona, and because I was like, well, whatever. So she's on the blue line, which is the same line I'm on, much closer to the city because she's not an old man living in the mid burbs. But I got the lowdown on which stops to like transfer at and which things to get off at. It's very exciting. The big question is, do I take the bus to the train tomorrow or do I walk 15 minutes to the train? So I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do yet. I kind of want to take the bus because I'm thinking like I want to try it out, see how it is. Like it's pretty quick. It's like a 3-minute bus ride. I don't know. We'll see. We'll roll that dice. You know what I'm saying?
Exciting.
But definitely going to. It's very exciting. Very exciting. Super excited.
It's gonna. It'll be cool. I'm glad. I'm excited to hear
how it goes.
How that goes.
Because can we tell the people what you're contemplating?
I'm considering a trip to Chicago in October next month.
Hell yeah!
I say in October as if it's like far away.
Yeah, less than a month. Actually.
It's like a couple weeks.
Yeah, less than a month. I'm home for like 4 or 5 days in between 2 trips, and Carvelli is gonna come stay at Casa de Boomtown. And oh my goodness, are we excited?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna see you because you're gonna be watching movies the entire damn time.
Yeah, I would be going for the Chicago Film Festival. Doing a little 10 screening pass. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it'll be good. You know what the nice thing though is like
it'll be nice. I will say I've felt so guilty the entire time that I've been considering this and planning this out with you because I'm like, you're gonna be home for like 4 days. You will want to spend time with your wife, and you're gonna have me there with you. And then it's like, well, but I'll also be like,
you're gonna be gone from like 1 o'clock to midnight every day.
I mean, not every day.
Well, but
those middle 2 days,
the weekend days.
Yeah,
dude.
Friday and Saturday, I'll be at the movies all day.
It'd be great, dude. We want to hang out with you. It's so much fun.
I know, but you get a limited amount of time.
Dude, we see each other all the time. This is gonna be fun. And plus, like Saturday morning, well, your first movie that day until like 2:30. You know what that means? Premier League Saturdays.
Right.
Maybe we get some Italian beef. Woo, boy.
Oof, man.
I'm so excited. If this doesn't happen, I'm going to be heartbroken. Also, I was telling you earlier, a friend of the pod, Patrick McD is going to be in town. McDermott. Patrick McDermott.
But like,
I didn't know, like, should I be telling
nobody
people
has ever
name?
Pat in Jacksonville as he's known.
Pat in Jacksonville. Shit. Pat in Jacksonville. Okay. Pat in Jacksonville.
Is he still in Jacksonville?
No, he's not actually.
Oh no.
He moved. You
He's
know
still,
where he lives now?
Always Pat in Jacksonville. He's Pat in Jacksonville.
Dude. He's DC Pat.
Nope, Pat in Jacksonville.
Nah, DC Pat. He lives in the great district of Columbia, actually.
Nice.
Close to you.
Sure. Closer.
Closer to you than Jacksonville was.
Closer than Jacksonville, I guess. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, man. So he's going to be here that same weekend. He's too cool to stay at my house. So whatever. But honestly, it kind of works out better because you came in second. So you wouldn't have had a bed to sleep in. Now you got a bed. You have a room with a bed and a TV.
There we go.
Also, potentially a desk.
Is the cat around it much?
No, so we have an air purifier.
Yeah, you have to. I need you to figure that out.
We keep that door closed, and we got an air purifier going. You're good. My mom, who is allergic to cats, spent 5 days in that room, and not once. You'll be fine, man. You'll be fine.
I'll have all my stuff with me.
Yeah, have the Zyrtec and stuff just in case. I'm pumped, dude. I'm so fucking excited.
I'm pretty. I can't wait.
I hope it happens. I hope the Chicago Film Festival does. But here's my thing, dude. Can I just say one more thing?
You want me to just do it either way?
If the film festival doesn't happen, just take a little vacay.
Then in that case, I will feel really bad.
Why would you feel bad?
We just went over this for the people. We just went over the whole thing.
Don't feel bad. You can watch 2 movies at once in my basement while Mariel and I hang out upstairs.
I mean, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm just saying, but you should still come for sure.
Yeah,
dude. Even if you just came from like a Friday to a Sunday at night or something, like whatever, like come. You're planning to be here that weekend. So if the Chicago, we can go TP that AMC theater because they didn't give you tickets.
No, we'll never do that. I would never ever do
that. Anyways, but I'm excited to see you since you're gonna come either way.
Yes. And
then we go watch Premier League in the I'm just so excited.
Succession's that weekend too.
Oh, what day is that? I gotta like rewatch the whole thing.
Sunday.
Like, okay.
You don't need to rewatch it. They'll do before the episode starts. They'll do like the last, previously on.
Yeah, I got some time. I got a couple trips before now and then. I could watch it. What date is this? Is this? Oh, Tottenham is not playing Aston Villa. Tottenham's playing Aston Villa.
Could you have imagined?
3rd. Can you imagine? Oh man.
What is
let's see here. Aston Villa is playing Wolves at 9 a.m. on October 16th, which is kind of brutal, right? But whatever.
As long as they don't get a
Tottenham is playing on October 17th at 10:30 a.m. That's so exciting. We got a game each day.
As long as nobody drew like the 6:30.
Yeah, so Villa is actually 6:30 on Saturday.
Oof.
And I don't know if I'm gonna wake up for it, man. I'm kind of just like over.
Here's the thing: when Spurs had the 7:30 last week or the week before, I slept through it. They lost 3-0, and I was like, okay, great. I didn't get mad.
I mean, I'm just like, dude, 8:30 is early enough for me on a Saturday. I'm not feeling the 6:30.
It's a tough ask to do,
especially when you're playing Manchester United. Like we're gonna get destroyed.
Yeah. I mean, just generally this early in a long season,
Yeah, like I don't know.
You can miss one.
We had an exciting game in the Carabao Cup. Lost to PK's Chelsea, but we played good.
Everyone has
Spurs PKs, won, right?
Spurs won in penalties. I think Everton went to penalties as well. Yeah, it's been a wild year.
But we'll see. So we'll see if I wake up. Also have a block party this weekend.
Yeah. Okay, that was this weekend.
No, it's coming up. Like it's in.
That's what I mean. Like that's this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. Not sure how I feel about it. So we've met none of our neighbors, which everyone who listens to.
Why are you unsure about it? It sounds like a fun time.
Like, what do you do? Like, tell me how block party works. Like, in your college block party, you were explaining to me as much.
I was gonna say. I mean, it was a much different situation. It was
like the average age of this block party is probably like in the low 50s.
I mean, my guess is people are gonna bring food.
But like people just sit in their front yards.
People are gonna bring drinks. Probably.
I don't know. Like
mosey around.
Do we need like an attraction? I feel like this is where Cody would come in handy. I feel like Cody's
You don't
Cody's
need
probably. Do I need like a dunk tank in my front yard?
no. You make like bring out some Boomtown brews. Bring out I don't know, make some like buffalo chicken dip. I don't know.
There's a chili contest. So Mariel
go.
is making her 3-bean chili.
Ooh,
with fake meat.
Love it.
Yeah, our house is gonna get egged.
That's not true. They won't know.
But we don't. We were like, that could be like a good way to like meet people, right? Like, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
It'll be fun. That. I think as usually happens with you, I think you're probably thinking a bit too much of it.
Our next door neighbors, we do know, and like they got us on the email list, which is super exciting. So we know our next door neighbors, so we're probably just gonna have to like gravitate towards them a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's like the invitation 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I got shit to do on my Saturday.
Then do it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Like, what do these people want?
You don't have to be there the whole time.
No, I'm not. I'm calling like max like hour and a half. I got football. Yeah. Football's on.
You'll be there for like 4 hours. I bet you somebody will have football outside.
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Like, do I need to move a TV outside?
Dudes in the suburbs in Chicago.
Mid-burbs.
Somebody will have football on a TV outside. I will bet you my plane ticket.
No, I'm not doing that. Well, actually, I might.
I might. Hey, if you want to pay for my plane ticket, that's fine. I'll send a message. I'll find out who your neighbor is, and I will personally send them a message to get a TV outside.
You know what speaking of football, you know what I was looking up last night? You know, if you want to, if for whatever reason, the Chicago Film Festival doesn't give you tickets, which I don't want to happen, but I'm starting to think it could be fun. Northwestern has a home game. 11 a.m. Big Ten football against Rutgers.
I mean, we'll get into this next. I had a football experience.
Let's just get into it now.
I enjoy a football experience. So I went to the WVU game.
You act like we need to finish talking about the nonsense I was talking about. When the two of us are on this podcast, we end up talking for like an hour and a half.
Well, if you have other stuff that you wanted to say with it.
No, not really.
But what I was saying is shot WVU for work.
Shot as in like a camera.
Yeah. What did you think?
We're against.
No, I did not shoot people in the stadium. I had a camera taking photos. Sorry, anybody listening who doesn't somehow know that. But I went to take photos for work. In a football stadium with 60,000 people going through the blue lot, tailgating and getting people. There was a wedding in the blue lot.
I saw that. Did you take those pictures?
Jeff did.
Oh, okay, cool.
Those were Jeff. While he was doing that, I was going around getting like tailgating photos.
Yeah, understood.
It was a guy with a snake. That was cool. But it was a lot of fun.
Do you like reptiles?
No.
Okay, yeah, they scare the shit out of me, man.
I like
animals. A snake. Reptile. See, here's the thing about reptiles. They literally exist to be secretive. Sure. Like, there's not one reptile that isn't going to try to sneak up on you and kill you. Like a snake, it slithers. It makes no noise.
Yeah.
It doesn't growl or anything, and it literally can bite you, and you don't even know you get bitten until you're dead.
True.
Alligators, same thing. See, that's why you watch on YouTube, because you can see what I just did.
Yeah, he just swayed a little bit. But I think to my point that we were getting into, going for work, I'm cool with, because when I was there for work, I was up in the stands for approximately 2 minutes. I was around tailgates in the blue lot for approximately 20 to 30 minutes, where I was around like bigger crowds of people. Other than that, I was down on the field in a fairly spaced, more contained environment. The most physical contact that I had with anybody was when WV receiver Bryce Ford Wheaton celebrated a touchdown and ran to the stands to celebrate with fans and nearly ran through me.
Love it.
Connected shoulders a bit. Did not quite have the iconic John Terry sideline moment. that I think would be very terrible.
Which, by the way, the what 6 year, 7, whatever the anniversary was, Facebook just told me that just happened.
There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very fun. I do not know if I am ready to be in that sort of environment as a fan yet with that many people. Like, had I been in the crowd of 60,000 in a seat, I probably would have been like having an anxiety attack. Because also, I mean,
was anyone wearing a mask? Did you see any masks?
Very few. Very few. Whether on the field or up in the stands.
That's kind of disappointing. It's also outside, though. You know,
there's also outside, and people, you know, a lot of the people I know are, whatever. Sure.
Great game, by the way.
It was a really fun game. It was a really fun game. Thought they were gonna blow it. Thought me betting on Virginia Tech was gonna come back to haunt them.
Not gonna lie, dude. I had a lot of coins on Virginia Tech. We were watching at a Great Lakes Brewing Company in Cleveland.
There we
go. Literally the only fucking place with an outdoor patio with TVs.
Huh.
It was insane.
Interesting.
And it was bad when all 3 TVs were on like the same circuit. So all 3 TVs were on the West Virginia game, and like no one gave it. Like everyone was so pissed when I was like, I want the West Virginia game. I was the first one to ask. I got the right when they opened.
Yeah.
Was very conflicted at the end. Like, wanted West Virginia to win, obviously.
Yeah, I wanted them to win.
But then I was like, oh,
I will say
the coins.
I will say, and I don't know. I'm sure you have experienced this, like at the US games that you've been to, especially when you're down on the field. You can hear all the reactions and everything like that. There was something about being at like a WVU game again, in particular. Like, obviously, we're all.
Let's go Mountaineers.
Like, I've been going to games since like 2000 and whatever. Like, there was something.
You are a legit fan. Like, you've been a fan since you were born, right? Like, yeah. I mean, for me, it was like when they beat Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. I hated the University of Georgia. It was what 2005.
2005 or 2006.
Six Sugar, but it's 2005 season.
Yeah,
because it was January first,
I think
2006. Yeah. So like I was like, yeah, go West Virginia. I remember obviously like the Pittsnogle basketball ones, just because like they were like this upstart team and it was great. But I didn't really like know I was gonna go there until like 2006, 2007 ish. And then
I believe my first game was in like 2000. Maybe 2000.
That's wild, man. It's so weird. Like the college football, like I've enjoyed college football so much more this year, not having to work in it. And I feel last year was a fake season. I don't count that.
Right.
But man, I've just like enjoyed watching it. Like,
it's fun.
College game days at Soldier Field on Saturday. I was like, man, like maybe we should just go to college game day. Like, why not? Like, like home on a Saturday. Like, let's do it. Mario would fucking kill me. But or like Wisconsin is playing. Are they playing Notre Dame? Wisconsin's playing someone this weekend at Soldier Field. I don't know.
Sounds about right. I think.
But like that could be fun, right? Yeah. But
yeah, what I was saying, like getting to be down, especially being down like field level, like we get to be whenever we go to these games. Having like hearing 60,000 WVU fans reacting to the way that game ended, and then like being down there when like the whole country roads thing was going on and everyone was, it made me like sports were back, and that was awesome. Like, it was the first time, because we've talked a lot before, like you just said, last season didn't matter.
Was that the first sporting event that you've been to?
Oh, me, yes, yeah.
Wow. Okay, I didn't like. At this point, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've just taken going to sporting events for granted again. Like, it feels normal.
Right.
Your boy.
My first sporting event since WVU versus Baylor men's basketball in March of 2020.
That was like right before shit shut down.
Yeah. It was like the week before.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah. Because it was senior day. It was when they did the new Mountaineer.
So So I'll say this really quickly, just about like sporting events and COVID.
I also got a sunburn, kind of, not too bad, but like
that's probably the worst
enough
part.
that if you like look closely at my forehead, you can see it's like peeling a little bit. And
Did you wear sunscreen?
I think I honestly, it was like the hottest day of all time. I was miserable the entire time. I put sunscreen on twice, and I'm like 98% sure I just like immediately sweat it all off.
Shit, dude.
Sorry.
Sporting events. So just like, I mean, there was a study done on like the spread of COVID and outdoor sporting events. And basically what it found, and I know nothing about, I can't recall who did the study. I was trying to find it really quickly. But basically they said that there was no link to COVID outbreaks in sporting events. This was done in mid-August before we had NFL, college football. I mean, college football, you can have 100,000 people in a stadium, right? So it'll be interesting to see like what happens. But I mean, there is like significant research that shows that COVID does not spread as much outdoors.
Yeah.
Significant.
Oh, I know. I just am still like, especially when it's that packed,
Well, and I think the other thing you had going for you is like you were walking around a ton, right? Like that, like you were walking and like ever since like the beginning of this thing, everyone's like, in order to get COVID, you have to be next to someone for 15 minutes over a 24-hour span or something.
That's true.
Like that.
Yeah.
So like you're moving enough. Like,
yeah,
I think you're probably good. But yeah, man, that's exciting though. Sporting event. Like,
is cool.
It weird? I mean, not that you didn't want to talk about COVID, and I hate talking about COVID, but it's so funny to me that like in March 2020, we're like, see you in 3 weeks. And then now it's like doing normal things again feels so weird. And when is it not going to feel weird?
I know.
Like I've been to one sporting event as a fan. It was a Milwaukee Brewers game. It was at 20% capacity. No one was near us. Like you're supposed to wear a mask the entire time. Felt safe. But like you, like, I don't know that I necessarily feel comfortable. Like when you get in a plane, when are you going to stop wearing a mask in a plane?
I mean,
never.
Probably.
I don't. It's just it's crazy to think about.
I would honestly almost say never, almost purely out of like that just feels like a smarter thing to do at this point generally now.
Yeah. Have you
like even COVID aside? Like I still haven't really. I mean, as soon as I say this, I'll probably wake up with a cold tomorrow or something like that. But I still haven't really had like the same type of colds that I usually get like around these times a year and stuff like that.
Have you gotten a flu shot yet this year?
I have not yet.
I need to as well. Yeah. I have not either. It's crazy to me though, man. Like I
haven't even thought about this. Yeah.
I saw someone on Twitter said they got it and I was like, oh shit, probably need to go get a flu shot. Yeah. But just like the flu rates drop and everything. Anyway, I don't know. What else were we going to talk about? We talked about you getting sunburned. Are you going to any other games? Any plans to go to any other games to like shoot things?
I've got the next one actually, October 2nd.
Who we got?
Texas Tech.
Oh, the Red Raiders.
It is homecoming and it is Stripe the Stadium.
Wow. I can't wait to come back to a homecoming game or just any game for that matter. I think it'd be fun.
Cody's going to be in town for one.
I think maybe next fall. So not obviously this fall, but the fall after, I think I'm going to try to come to a game.
Cody's going to be in town for one this year.
It's exciting. Which one? He's like the late one, right?
Texas.
Texas. Okay.
Yep.
Is he actually going to the game?
Yes.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet.
So that's, we're going to try to figure out a time to meet up or go. I don't know. Figure something out. But, so before we get into our movie club, I do have one brief thing because we've talked about the process of this thing at this point a lot. I'm pulling up Letterboxd real quick. Apologies. Where'd it go? Okay. And we have gone through and we have currently ranked 11 movies. Is that right?
Hold on. Is that right? Yeah. No, I mean,
it's not right.
No.
12 movies.
Incorrect. 12 movies.
12 movies, including Wedding Crashers. And I think we need to have some type of precedent set about, is there going to be a time where we can reevaluate things.
Yeah.
Because I just rewatched Palm Springs as well this week. And we've talked about it a lot. And it's weird. Whenever we have conversations about movies in these rankings and we talk about Palm Springs, we say, like, even though it's not really a romantic comedy, Palm Springs, it's a romantic comedy. And I think there's a whole conversation that can be had about it. And it's really, really, really good. And I think we need to maybe revisit its ranking currently at number 7. We can do that at a later date. We can do that before we're all done.
Can I watch it again? I think maybe what we should do is we get one challenge. Like you get a challenge. It's like, you gotta watch. We're watching this movie again.
Okay.
So maybe we do a challenge.
That might be my challenge.
Maybe this week is the challenge.
Okay. And that will the challenge be like like we need to watch this in addition to whatever the regular pick is, or does it go in as a pick?
I don't think it goes in as a pick, but I think it delays it.
Okay. So we will still have the same pick.
Yeah. I mean, why don't we do this? I just don't want to commit myself to 2 movies. I got a block party this weekend. So could we, let's do the challenge.
Okay.
I'm okay doing the challenge. I don't know.
Well, I should say it's not my week to do it yet.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do a you get one challenge at any time.
Okay.
We'll watch the challenge. And then I will, I mean, shit, dude, I could watch the movie on the way to work tomorrow. It's going to take me an hour and 15 minutes to get there. So I think we watch I think we do the challenge first. Marshall just made the most incredible play. There were 4 seconds left.
So glad you're paying attention to the podcast.
Oh, actually, that was a replay. That's unfortunate. So I think we do the challenge first. And then if we have time, we watch the movie that I suggest. If not, the movie that I suggest will fall into the next week.
Okay.
I think we're recording Thursday. Like, we're on kind of a short timetable here.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm excited to watch this movie.
I think it needs to be reevaluated. I watched it, by the way, and I also mentioned this to you, and we'll talk about it when we do the challenge. It's the most rewatchable movie that has been released in the COVID era of movies.
God, that is a statement
in my mind. There's not a ton that I've rewatched. I don't do a ton of rewatching.
Was it made during COVID?
It was made before. It premiered at Sundance, which was in January of 2020.
Understood.
And then was released in like April. So it was released like a month or so in.
Got it. Okay.
But yes, I do think we need to reevaluate it because watched it for, I believe, the 4th time the other day.
Incredible, man. Your ability just to watch movies like that.
So good. So good. Also, pretty good. It's not as good as Palm Springs, but we watched a movie this week that was my pick. I chose a 2005, I don't want to say classic, but you've probably seen it 80 billion times on TBS or Comedy Central or whatever channel. 2005 starring Will Smith, Hitch.
And I've never seen it before. This is my first time seeing this movie.
I cannot believe that. That's wild.
First time seeing this movie. I don't know why.
I feel like I've seen it about 10 times total just because it's on cable so frequently.
So admittedly, I actually watched this 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Because I watched this actually before I watched Wedding Crashers.
Yeah. It was weird.
Because I was so excited to watch this because I had never seen it before. And you were like, you've never seen it before? What? Are you kidding me? Blah, blah, blah.
First off, I don't think I ever sold it as like a great, you're making it sound like I sold it to you as a great movie. Rather than
I did not enjoy it. I did not enjoy the movie. I thought it was fine. Like it was okay.
Okay.
It was one of those movies similar to like the movie with Ashton Kutcher or whatever. If Will Smith isn't in the movie, it's complete trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like the storyline is not good.
It's a common theme with this. I think we're creating on our own as we put out the suggestions for this list. We are sort of making a tiered thing like before we even do it, where we have like, we've had a nice mix of like actual good movies and then like typical romantic comedies. And this very much falls in that, where it's like it's a perfectly fine movie that is funny. I mean, I laughed at several moments. I like it a lot as just like a thing to watch. It's mindless watching that is carried by like Will Smith being cool, and which he needs to just be cool more often. You know, he's gonna win his Oscar this year, which is great. But I'd like him to just do cool comedy stuff again.
No, I mean it's not a bad movie. Like I'm not trying to say it. I just
yeah, it's just like okay, it's like fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
It's just fine. A movie. It's a movie that you watch and then you kind of forget about it when you're done watching it until you see it again and you're like, oh yeah, Hitch. Like that's all it is. Like it's you know, it's in that same ballpark as things like The Proposal and everything.
Yeah,
like that.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it's sort of.
I think I do think I'm not the biggest Kevin James person. Typically speaking. But I thought he was, you know, I think I like him in this more than I like him in a lot of other things that he does.
Yep.
I think Eva Mendes is pretty good as like the female lead.
Oh yeah.
Once again, it's a perfectly fine movie. The thing that I brought up to you that my major bone to pick with it is Hitch comes out in 2005. Will Smith releases a hit song called Switch in 2005. The two things rhyme. For some reason, Switch never appears in Hitch. Therefore, docket a bunch of points. 1 star, terrible. But let's get into where do you have it right now. So let's pull up screen share. Okay. That should be the list. If you're listening at home, you can't see, but we have 40-Year-Old Virgin #1, Big Sick, You've Got Mail, Crazy Rich Asians, 10 Things I Hate About You, followed by Wedding Crashers, Always Be My Maybe, Palm Springs, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, Fever Pitch, No Strings Attached, and The Proposal.
With an asterisk next to Palm Springs.
Of course.
It's currently being challenged? Bum, bum, bum.
Right. Would you like me to throw out a suggested placement for it since it was my pick?
Yes.
I can't remember if we have that set as like a thing we do.
No, but we probably should.
My thought is it'll go in at number 11 in front of No Strings Attached.
Oh, in front of No Strings Attached.
Yes, it becomes number 11.
So here's my thing. I agree with that. I'm okay with 11. I think it's a better movie for sure. I enjoy watching No Strings Attached more.
I mean,
but
I have a very obvious question to ask about the reasoning for enjoying No Strings Attached more than Hitch.
We
can address it off camera, off mic.
Right.
But I think I'm correct. And I will, if you would like it to go ahead of
no. I think Hitch at number 11 is good. I think that's perfect. To me, it's more similar to like Fever Pitch and how I liked it.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. So Hitch goes in number 11. I like that. Man, we're getting close. We're getting close to the end on this. It's kind of crazy. We started out
slowing it down with your damn challenges.
You're slowing it down by being like, no, we're going to watch it like instead of another movie. We can hold off then if you want.
No. I was joking.
I know, but I'm just telling you.
Jesus.
Telling you, watch 2 movies in a week. Thank you for fixing your mic.
You're welcome. Notre Dame is playing Wisconsin this weekend, by the way.
Okay, cool.
Confirmed.
So yeah, there we go. We got Hitch in there. Like I said, nice fun movie. I am very excited for the movie that you have chosen for this week. So would you like to introduce it?
Yes, I would. It is a movie that I have watched before, and I thought
you have watched it before.
Okay. Oh, I have watched it before. I thought you had suggested it, but you obviously didn't.
I think I may have suggested it because I knew it existed.
So I
I think my brain said John likes bad romantic comedies.
Yeah. So the movie is it's a Netflix original, I believe. It is called Love, Wedding, Repeat, starring Olivia Munn. That's really it as far as I'm concerned. I don't really know any of the other people.
Yeah, it doesn't look like any other big names as I look through the thing. She's the major one.
And it is essentially a movie about a wedding that is similar to Palm Springs. Is not in a time warp because it's actually not similar to Palm Springs, but it's basically 3 or 4 different scenarios get played out in the wedding. Hence the word repeat. And it's not great by any means, but it's interesting.
I'm very excited for it. Very excited for
it. This could be the worst movie you've ever seen. By the way, you're just. I mean, you've already read all the reviews, so you know.
I don't think it's gonna be the worst. I haven't read all the reviews. First off, I read a review as I pulled up the thing to have it ready to go to talk about.
If you wanted to see watch the worst movie, watch When in Rome.
That's really bad.
Which actually has a higher IMDb rating.
I will say I think I might have watched. I've watched some bad movies last.
We did not make it through that.
I had a stretch recently where I've watched 2 very, very bad new movies that I don't think there's any way possible that Love, Wedding, Repeat will be any worse than He's All That or the new Cinderella movie, which I've watched both of them just because they were new releases and I regretted it immensely.
Well,
so I don't think there's any way it's going to be worse than that, but I'm excited to see if it is, because there's a chance. You never know. But I'm hoping that it's one of those movies that's like, I hope it's not a movie that's like bad and boring.
I don't actually think it is.
So I want it to be a movie. If it's going to be bad, like, I will be honest, I'm expecting it to be bad. I don't want it. I want to be able to have like fun with how bad it is, if that makes sense.
So I'll say this. It is pretty cringe. Like, just the movie itself is just like awkward. Like I've started watching it. I've only watched 10 minutes of it, but it's like I just want to like, you want to scream at the characters. Cause it's like, what are you thinking? Like, you moron. Like, what is going through your fucking mind? So it has that going for it.
Very excited. So yes, that will be our next one. Love, Wedding, Repeat. Like,
you know what I'm really excited. You know what I'm really excited though for? Your shirt just reminded me. March.
I know, right? Vermont, baby.
We started having some initial conversations. I think we do need to.
I think it's getting. I mean, there are some bits of news that most listeners of the podcast do not know yet that could maybe help make March more of a certainty.
Yes,
and that's exciting.
Very exciting.
So yeah, I don't know. We're getting close. We have to figure it out at some point. We gotta have some discussion.
I think within the next 2 weeks, we all need to get on a thing and at least have an initial discussion about, like, are we doing these bids or are we just doing, kind of like what
we just need to come to a private
March
compromise.
Madness, the NCAA just says it's happening here.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
Might have to be the case, but with that, I think that's all we have for this week. Unless you have anything else, I will let you go.
Nothing. My beer is empty.
What timing, man? What timing? Thanks everybody for listening. Be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. Give us a 5-star rating and review on John's favorite podcast app. Where can they find us on the socials and stuff?
They can find us at a lot of places, but most popular is Phoning It in Podcast at gmail.com or Phoning It in Pod on Twitter and Facebook.
Wonderful. And as always, a shout out to Miguel Silva-Leone.
Shout out
for our theme song. Check out Saving Miles Lemon, Spotify and Apple Music. And with that, that's all we have for this week. Thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you next time.